Wouldn't it be great if real life had subtitles? You're at the airport. Someone says something fast in English. You freeze. You're at a coffee shop. They ask you a question. You smile, nod, and silently panic. And you wish, just for a second, that life had subtitles. But it doesn't. So let's talk about how to train your ears, your brain, and your focus, so you can understand English without subtitles. Welcome to Thinklish. Easy English for curious minds. I'm Matthew. This podcast is for people who want to get better at English naturally, calmly, and in a way that actually works. If you want to improve your listening, speak more confidently, and build fluency one small step at a time, you're in the right place. If that sounds like your vibe, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. It really helps support the channel. Now, let's talk about listening, why it's so hard, and how to make it easier. Why listening feels impossible sometimes. So many learners tell me the same thing. I can understand English when I read it, but when someone speaks, I get lost. Why does this happen? Because spoken English is messy. It's full of contractions, dropped sounds, local slang, and fast rhythms. It's not like the textbook recordings you hear in class. When we read, we have time. We can go back. We can look up words. But listening happens in real time. The words come and go, quickly. And if you don't catch them, they're gone. And native speakers? They don't slow down just because you're learning. They link words together. They mumble. They speak with emotion and speed. It's frustrating. It feels like your brain is trying to catch a train that's already left the station. But here's the good news. Your brain can adapt. You just need to train it the right way, with patience, strategy, and lots of gentle repetition. The biggest mistake: depending on subtitles. Subtitles are helpful, especially in the beginning. They make things clear. They help you match sound to meaning. But if you use them all the time, something dangerous happens. Your eyes take over. Your ears stop working. You feel like you understand English, but you're not really listening. You're reading. It's like trying to build leg muscles while sitting down. You're in the environment, but not actually doing the work. Think about this. In real life, people won't have subtitles floating above their heads. If you want to be ready for that, you need to start letting go of the training wheels. How to break free from subtitles, step by step. You don't need to quit cold turkey. There's a smarter way. Start with subtitles on, but focus on the sound. Don't just read. Try to hear the pronunciation. Pay attention to how words are connected. Predict what's coming next. Pause and rewind sections that confuse you. Make it a training session, not entertainment. Rewatch the same video with subtitles off. This is where real listening begins. Without the visual, you're training your ears. Try to get the general idea. Don't panic if you miss words. Focus on understanding mood, intention, and key phrases. Use English subtitles only, not translations. This helps you stay in English mode while still getting support. Read what you're hearing, not what you're translating. Translation builds a wall. Immersion builds fluency. Gradually use shorter clips with no subtitles. Start small, 30 seconds, then 1 minute, then more. Focus on understanding the tone and topic, not every word. You don't need to understand 100%. Even native speakers don't catch everything all the time. What to listen to and how to listen. The material you choose matters. If you're listening to the news, legal podcasts, or very formal language, that's not daily English. It's academic, not conversational. Choose content that is slow or moderately paced, full of common expressions, repetitive in structure, about topics you care about. When you care about the topic, your brain pays closer attention. Thinklish is made for this. The pace is steady, the language is real, And you can listen more than once. And here's how to listen. Listen actively, not passively. Don't play something in the background while scrolling your phone. Sit, focus, listen, take notes, write down words you hear again and again. Guess meanings from context. Close your eyes. This helps you focus only on the sound. Repeat out loud, even if it's just a few words. You're training your ears and your mouth at the same time. The power of repeated listening. There's a myth that says you should always listen to new material. Wrong. One of the best ways to improve is to listen to the same thing again and again. Why? Because every time you repeat it, your brain hears something new. First time, you get the basic idea. Second time, you catch a few more words. Third time, you notice how a sentence is built. Fifth time, you can repeat whole phrases. 10th time, you can shadow the whole paragraph. And repetition builds confidence. Each time you hear and understand something, you tell your brain, I can do this. So don't be afraid to re-watch, re-listen, repeat. Your growth lives in repetition. Shadowing changes everything. Now let's talk about shadowing. Shadowing is one of the most effective and underused techniques. Here's how it works. Choose a short clip, 30 seconds to 1 minute. Play a sentence. Pause. Repeat it out loud, exactly how they said it. Focus on matching the tone, stress, and rhythm. Do it again and again. Why is this powerful? Because it forces you to engage with the sound. It trains your mouth, your ears, and your memory, all at once. Shadowing also makes you feel more connected to the language. You're not just watching English, you're stepping into it. It builds fluency by syncing your brain with the natural rhythm of the language. And over time, you'll notice that real conversations feel easier, smoother, less intimidating. Life doesn't have subtitles, but you can still understand. Real life isn't like Netflix. There's no text at the bottom of the screen, no slow mode. You can't always say, sorry, can you repeat that? Sometimes you have to respond, even if you're unsure. That's why listening practice matters. It's not just about understanding English. It's about preparing your brain for real English. Spoken fast, with emotion, with background noise, with interruptions. The more you train your ears, the less you'll freeze. The more you face fast, real speech, the more natural it becomes. And it happens slowly, then all at once. You'll catch a sentence you never could before. You'll understand a joke without needing translation. You'll feel more confident in your next conversation, not because you guessed, but because you trained. Let's make this real. Do you watch with subtitles? Always? Sometimes? Have you ever tried shadowing? Tell me in the comments, and share your favorite things to listen to in English. Also, if you've had a moment where you suddenly understood something that used to sound like noise, tell me. That story could inspire someone else. And if this episode helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's tired of reading subtitles. Vocabulary recap. Freeze. To stop moving or thinking because of fear or confusion. Example. I froze when she asked me a question in English. Mumble. To speak quietly or unclearly. Example. He mumbled something I couldn't understand. Subtitles. Written words that show what people are saying. Example. I watched the movie with English subtitles. Reinforce. To strengthen or make stronger. Example. Listening while reading helps reinforce vocabulary. Tone. The way someone says something. Happy, sad, angry. Example. I didn't know the words, but I understood her tone. Intonation. The rise and fall of voice when speaking. Example. His intonation made it sound like a question. Passive, not active, not doing anything. Example. I listened passively and didn't learn much. Shadowing. Repeating a sentence out loud right after hearing it. Example. I shadowed a podcast to practice my pronunciation. Listening muscle. A metaphor for how your brain gets better at hearing language. Example. I train my listening muscle every day with short audio clips. Bridge the gap. To connect two things or close a distance. Example. Shadowing helps bridge the gap between listening and speaking. You don't need subtitles forever. You just need the right habits. Practice, repetition, focus, a little courage, and most of all, belief that you can understand. You're already doing more than you think. This was Thinklish. I'm Matthew, and I'll talk to you soon.